Yo guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video we'll be talking about 3 potential areas of interest which possibly might become Odette, Pizza and Rose. Then we'll have Sam, Teresa, Victor and Wanda left. And I believe that we're in a La Nina watch now for a La Nina to form. It might be a brief La Nina, but you know, if La Nina does form, we'll have more majors, more hurricanes in the Gulf. You know, the sea surface temperatures will be a lot warmer. And, yeah. But anyway, if you like detailed weather breakdowns, don't forget to like. And also, don't forget to comment and subscribe. There we are. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. So anyway, here is this system, and they are giving this system a 70% chance of formation again, and an 80% chance of formation in the next 5 days. Right, now if this does form, I think this will probably become a TD, because this actually does look like a tropical depression. Because even though it is being sheared a bit, it is moving into a more unfavorable environment, which means that the thunderstorms on this side of the storm will manage to get around to the storm center, and that's what it's actually doing now. And disturbance number 2, all the convections off this side got a little bit of convection on the side, but this is not associated with the system. This is associated from Nicholas. Still giving rainfall to, what do you call it? Louisiana, Florida, Texas, even going far down to Mexico, Yucatan, Honduras, Nicaragua. But that looks, that I have to keep an eye on that. This could become a system. You don't really know. Models do have something coming out of the Gulf like that. Now coming out of the Caribbean and doing that in October. Well, that's how usually October system tracks. And November system tracks are usually like this. So systems format like that. And September tracks are obviously, you know what our September tracks are. Our September tracks are these. So either going like that, or possibly going out to sea like that, or like that. So anywhere, a system could form anywhere in September, and anywhere in August actually, depending where the sea surface temperatures are warm enough. And in the UK, the sea surface temperatures, they aren't that warm, to be honest with you. They are still, still cold, because we don't get that much sunlight you guys do in America. So all of this bit here is warm, this bit's warm, this bit's warm. All of this bit is above average, but all of this bit up here is below average. So anyway, this system, that's a 20% chance and a whopping 30% chance in the next 5 days. I think they're possibly going to downgrade this, because this doesn't look as good, because the shit, when investing on 6 hours coming off the coast like this, it looked very good. And earlier on this morning, when it was on the coast, it was firing convection near its center, and it was continuously firing all the convection on the center. And I think it was probably at least a 70% chance. Yes, this today, this system. But honestly, I don't think it is a 70% chance. But probably is, probably wasn't. So, live hurricane tracker. So, Yeah, no, I don't want this. I want tropical tidbits. I want tropical tidbits. Tropical tib. Oh, God, sorry about this. Tropical. It's tropical tidbits. There we are. All tropical tidbits. Right. Now that tropical tidbits is loading, I will show the El Nino and La Nina graph. And actually, I believe that we are in a La Nina watch right now. Yes, we are. We have rapidly been going down because we was heading up. But now we're rapidly going down. And as you can see here, you can clearly see the La Nina trying to develop in the Pacific, which is leaving all the warm water near Mexico's coast, and near all of this bit here is all of this bit here is basically above average, but the rest is about cooler than average. The West Pac, obviously, that's warmer than average. Still some upwelling of the system. Chanthu, you can see some blue spots. You can see it right there. Some blue spots. That was when it was a tropical storm and it went like this. But actually, it went like this. So it formed near here. What became a monster hurricane. Went like this, and then went like that. So that was actually the track of the system. So yeah, I will do the satellite imagery. It's not alive. It's still alive. So I can't really do the satellite imagery yet, but that will be coming out some point next week. So keep an eye on that. Yeah, when I get to 50 subs, I'll upload another animation. So anyway, this will be actually a tropical system, but actually at this point we'll have 3 continuous systems out at the same time on the 1801 tomorrow, which is which is Sunday the 19th. So what about Saturday? Saturday the 12-0, yes. They do develop these two, and this one might be a tropical depression. So we could be having 3 systems out there. And then obviously that one weakening there. Yeah, then we intensifying again. And the one behind that could go into the Caribbean. And then actually, finally, on October the 3rd, we finally have another system in the Pacific, which actually gets going on October the 3rd. So that means they'll have the one that P-name storm now, I think. No, they're on their O-name storm. Yeah, they had their O-name storm, Olaf. Then they had their N. Yeah, they had the Nora. Yeah, so they need their O-name storm, P-name storm, and S and R-name storm. But if those 3 systems do form in the Atlantic, then that means we'll be well ahead of the Pacific. And since 1995, we have been ahead of the Pacific. Before 1995, the Pacific has been ahead of the Atlantic. And the West, not the Western Pacific, but like the Eastern and Central Pacific. But now that 1995 and onwards, nothing can really beat the Atlantic, especially in a La Nina year. Because when a La Nina year is here, the origin is high. You got those tropical waves continuously coming off the coast. They're always continuously coming off the coast. So you got this massive high pressure ridge here, which is steering any systems off towards the west. Might manage to get to west-northwest and hit Louisiana, Florida or North Carolina or South Carolina, but won't be able to go any further. We might have another sandy track this year, when actually does this. Actually, no, the Sunday did this. So we could have another sandy track this year. We don't really know, but that won't be hard. That won't be likely, to be honest with you. But it might be. It might not be. If the ridging is weak and this backs off towards the west, towards the west, as us Britons call it, the west coast is near Wales, and the east coast is near Great Yarmouth and all that. So yeah. Anyway, plus we'll have two more systems out there. One in the one in the Caribbean. After that, so you do have to watch the Caribbean in October, because in October you kinda wanna be careful. In October. Well, on the latest frames, if you have a look at the vorticity models, you can clearly see there's an area of vorticity in the... That was that wave that I was trying to show you about on the satellite imagery. I will show you satellite imagery now. Remnants of Nicholas, Invest 96 out, and Invest 95 out. It does kind of look alright. But Invest 96 out, it possibly might become a depression, and that's it, to be honest with you. There's no point me showing the satellite imagery to you guys, because it's no good anyway. Invest 95L. Now let's see the HWR. The HWR has also been a very good model this year as well. GFS has been a good model this year as well. Actually, they won it as a hurricane. The HWRF. So that's... The HWRF has actually been kind of good this year. I'm not gonna lie. Last year it was also good as well. Back in 2019 and all those old days, this wasn't even as reliable. As you can see though, wind shear started to pick up by Tuesday, and wind shear from the southeast is coming out, but by Tuesday night it does get out of that high wind shear, manages to wrap its convection around again, obviously, but then weakens again, obviously. Then intensifies once more to a hurricane. So, yeah. Invest 95p. Right. Invest 95L. So, sea surface temperatures, simulated IR. There we are. So, it might not be alright. Wait, Thursday, Friday. It's Friday today. That's what it actually looks like. And to be honest, it looks dead. But actually, tomorrow, tomorrow, actually, it's kind of alright, you know. Kind of getting his act together by tomorrow. By Sunday, though, Monday, you know, it's meant to be a nice system. Look at that. An eye starting to develop. Look at that. A nice, beautiful storm at this point. And at this point, it actually looks kind of good, this system. I'm not gonna lie. But then it actually moves up north and still actually looks kind of good. Even though the sea surface temperatures here are still being upwelled by continuous systems, you know, after Larry, and then, you know, after those other systems that moved up here. Actually, I don't think another system actually moved up here, apart from Henry, which actually went like this. Yeah, so Henry moved south. Henry moved more south like that. It could have got the Caribbean and maybe even the East Coast in. You know, if it moved far south. That's only if the ridging was strong enough. And if the ridging was strong enough just to push this system more southwards, then maybe it would have gone into the Caribbean and maybe it would have been bad news for the Caribbean, you know, as it went like that. But luckily, Henry went out towards the sea, you know. Luckily, it went out to the sea and only impacted Bermuda and Long Island on that. But, you know, by Sunday, the system looks... Yeah, no, by Monday, the system looks its best. Yeah, by Monday, the 0Z Tuesday, the system looks its complete best. You know, it's looking good on satellite imagery, you know, trying to develop an eye. You know, then moves into that wind shear, and boom. And boom. That wind shear really tears it apart near the Leeward Islands. But then, obviously, by Tuesday, it does kind of get back to organisation again. As you can see. Now, at this point, it looks like Sally of 2020. Because this is what Sally looked like over land in 2020. So, yeah. Hurricane HPR Invest 92, Invest 96L. So this is 96L, and actually simulated IR. It actually has moved more north than we have expected to be. But actually, you know, by Saturday, you know, it's now Friday, but by the 6C1 tomorrow, this system actually looks kind of ready to be formed, to be honest with you. You know, it breaks away from the frontal boundary, which is here, as you can see. Breaks away from it, and then actually it does become a brief tropical storm before weakening again, but then re-intensifying again near the Gulf Stream. And at this point, it's subtropical at this point. But then turns extratropical soon after. As you can see, extratropical at this point. You know, the core is only half a side. So like that, if it was a normal tropical system, its core would basically be on the inside. But then obviously as it gets sheared, you know, this is when it's turning into its extratropical this is when it's turning into its extratropical transition. As you can see. Turns from tropical to complete extratropical as it heads towards Greenland and Iceland. So, yeah, and at this point, it does have some good circulation, I'm not gonna lie. You see that circulation here? Actually looks kind of nice. So, that's what it actually looks like. So, yeah, anyway, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. See you on the next video. Peace and that, and have a very good day.